It's 2K Sports bringing you live coverage of the NBA. This is our Sunday night broadcast. I'm Brian Anderson with Stan Van Gundy and Hall of Famer Grant Hill. Allie LaForce will be reporting from the sidelines. And of course, D'Angelo Russell. Well, the team moving on here without it.
I'll tell you what, the fans will really miss him. He was just so popular, a tremendous talent. But the great thing about the NBA, new stars will emerge. And the question is, who will it be?
So David Adelman's decided to call timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Two of the best guards in the league going at it today, Grant. Is there a bit of bragging rights on the line?
You know, maybe not for the players themselves, BA, but the fans will absolutely use this game as evidence when they argue why their guy is the best.
And it's Hachimura missing. Pass to Kamara. And the officials call a traveling violation. And David Adelman wants a timeout. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. And Grant, David Adelman, a second-generation NBA head coach, grew up immersed in the game.
Yeah, B.A., basketball was a family obsession. David, a ball boy for the Blazers in the 90s, went on to coaching, which he's done for decades. His whole life has led him to this.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Will Hardy. Coach thinks that they can push Chet Holmgren out of the comfort zones, and he's okay with making him a jump shooter. He said on the perimeter, he may as well be any shooter. We can guard that. Once he's on the inside, though, the advantage is his. So we have to prevent that as much as we can. Back to you guys.
Thank you for that, Allie. And the three-pointer goes.
Well, that's Bane's go-to zone. You can't let him have a look from there.
I'll tell you, those finishes are always extra special when they come from your point guard.
Oh, forget about his passing. Can we see more dunking?
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
Yeah, we've seen Bane make a leap offensively because of his ability to bury shots like this.
Here's Morant. Oh, he gets it to go. So far, he can't miss. He's 4 for 4.
Well, early in this game, they've made one good play after another.
Stan, he's one of the most exciting players in the league right now. What makes Ja Morant so special?
Well, look, B.A., his explosiveness. Sometimes he makes you nervous with how much he throws his body around. But what I love about Ja is that it shows he has no off switch. He plays with intensity.
And another three for Denver.
Well, you can't start the game much better than this. 4 of 5 from the field.
Here's Morant. And then Morant with the dunk.
Well, yeah, there's that explosiveness we talk about with Morant. He gets off the floor with such ease.
Back to Johnson. The shake. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. And so here is Denver, following the bucket by Utah. Just 5 on the clock. Denver needs to get off a shot. And again, Denver with a 3.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
And then Morant with the dunk.
Well, this kind of performance from Morant doesn't surprise anyone. He can score with the best of them.
Pass to Kamara. Johnson for 3. And again, Denver with a 3.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
And Morant gets it to go.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense, man.
On the wing, Bane. Fires from deep. Utah with the rebound.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Roy. Oh, that doesn't go on the chance to tie. Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
Yeah, also, you got to appreciate how unselfish they've been. I mean, the ball movement has been impressive, and the assist numbers are off the chart.
Well, you look at how far Monk has come over the course of his career, turning into a really well-rounded player, especially passing and shooting.
Shot on the wing. Morant, no good.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option now.
Pass to Hachimura. Outside Kamara. Now here's Monk. From deep, Bane. Up again. Controls the rebound and the putback. Kamara's got his second bucket on the night.
Now that takes a skillful touch.
Yeah, excellent control to just ease the ball back up and in.
Well, no one gets to the hole better than Ja. His first step is unreal.
Pass to Kamara. For 3. Count it. All 3 of his attempts have gone in.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Now Morant. Goes up on the wing. And it's Bane with the rebound.
I mean, that's the shot to take. He just couldn't get it to go.
6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. And it's stolen by Noel. Monk with a steal. Here's Kamara. Here's Landale. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
Yeah, but you can't let up at all. They've got a chance to put this game away early, and they should take it.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets closing out the quarter ahead by 11 points. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. Back to the game after this break. if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a very convincing performance so far from the Nuggets.
Was simple. Rebounding made all the difference in the first quarter. They really got after it.
Hey, look, it's simple. More rebounds means more possessions, and that's clearly been their priority.
And the finish on the break with the slam.
Now you see here just how good Morant is at spotting openings, then moving the ball into them.
And the Jazz haven't been past the second round since 2007. Now trying to build a contender.
Well, B.A., they know in the West that's a tall order. They got to be patient and build this thing from the ground up.
Here's Ingram. He's been a consistent contributor, averaging just over 11 a game.
Pounding the offensive glass. That's where Gobert gets a lot of his extra chances.
And here's Morant outside. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance buckets are major bonus points if you can get them.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. Rebounded by the Jazz. Fast break, Utah. Pass to Roy. We're about a minute and a half into this second quarter. And it's Morant missing. Denver leading by 9. To the inside. And it's stolen by Noel. Morant with it. And Johnson picks him up defensively. Over to the wing. Nice move. Rebounded by Ingram.
Come on, you can't be doing that. I know these guys want to put on a show, but you can't pass up scoring opportunities.
Yeah, few guys drop dimes like Westbrook. He has an innate talent for setting up shooters.
Right side Morant. Pass to Roy. 5 to shoot. Can't get it to fall. Westbrook taking his time here. Outside Johnson. Back to Westbrook. Nice move. No good at the rim.
Oh, gritty defense. Protecting the rim at all costs against a guy who has all sorts of ways to finish.
Nails it from 3.
Well, even when there's not an open passing lane, Ja will create one. He is an excellent passer.
And that one's good. Ingram. Well, Grant, we know teams are hunting triples like never before. What's the line before you get a little 3 happy, though?
Well, B.A., I don't care how well you're shooting it. If you have an opportunity to get to the rim, you have to take it.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you. John Morant able to fly with the best, but he said, sometimes I get knocked out of the air and hit the floor. After the game, you may feel that, so I just pick and choose, man. Hey, 2 points is 2 points. I get it done. That's all that matters. Back to you guys.
He can still get up. Allie LaForce with the report. Thanks, Allie. Here's Johnson on the take. Now here's Westbrook. Here's Gobert. Takes the 3. Westbrook can't hit. And so Morant will bring it up to the Jazz. A 12-point game. Johnson with the defensive effort.
He's looking pretty unsettled at the moment. Doesn't seem like he has a great feel for his shot.
First personal foul. Second Team foul. Substitution on the
A minute 50 left in the second quarter.
Yeah, he's really up. He needs to stop forcing things and move that ball.
And Russell Westbrook, he's adapted to becoming a spark plug off the bench stand.
Well, he's been in this league a long time, B.A., and he's willing to take on whatever role is necessary to produce W's. That's what a professional does.
Here's Ingram. Shot clock at 6.
Brandon Ingram.
Gets it to go from 18 feet away. And the Nuggets lead by 14. Traore. Rebound by the Nuggets. They'll face the Spurs at home after this one, and that'll launch a 4-game homestand for them. Pass to Johnson. Westbrook drawing the double. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
Yeah, Gobert making good on the threat of his height and length. Just hammering it down.
Here's Traore. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
What? Wait. Hey, dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Robinson on the wing. And it's Gobert with a rebound.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Top of the key. The shot by Ingram, no good.
You can hear him sputtering all the way over here. He knows he should have knocked that one down.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets up 14 as we wrap up the quarter. We hear teams talk about wanting to get the ball inside, but this is how you do it. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Strother grabs a miss.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
Traore gets the bucket.
It doesn't get any easier than that. The defense has to play better.
And over the 5 decades of the Jazz franchise history, almost half of those years, they were coached by the great Jerry Sloan.
Well, the Jazz were a team that took on Jerry Sloan's toughness and a willingness to fight at all times. Those days are in the past, but they still echo in Utah.
Outside Carter. Pass to Strother. 4-3. Rebounded by Johnson. The Nuggets lead by 15. Westbrook with it. Into the lane. And finished off by Westbrook.
Well, that's where Westbrook's at his best. He wants to get downhill.
Pass to Strother. The 3-ball. The shot, no good.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Here's Westbrook. Outside for Ingram. The 3-pointer off the mark. Wallace with it, and Johnson picks him up defensively. And it's slammed in by Carter.
Plenty of muscle from Carter on that dunk. Wow.
Westbrook outside. Pass to Johnson. The 3. That's good. And so Westbrook with the assist. Johnson's got 5 points.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
You're best to get out of Gobert's way. You don't want to be on the wrong end of that dunk.
Lets it fly. And there's another one for the Jazz.
That was a prayer. All luck getting that one to go.
Substitution on the court.
Jazz trail by 16. Here's Wallace. Connects from downtown. Wallace has gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
He made the most of that opening, teaching the defense a lesson.
A good look from Johnson. Rebounded by Traore. Pass to Wallace. Takes a 3. Rebounded by Denver. Hachimura in the post. Now Johnson. Kicks it out to Bain. The 3 is up. Good D by Wallace. And the Jazz with possession here. Trailing by 13. They've got the Rockets ahead of them next in Houston. It'll be the start of a 3-game trip on the road. It's stolen by Johnson. And Denver pushing it up now. Hachimura from long range. Knocks it down from distance. Hachimura's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. A minute 53 left to play in the third quarter here. Gets the 3 to fall. Wallace has got 6 in the quarter.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
It's Johnson with a drive. Kicks it out to Holmgren. Down to 5 on the shot clock. There's the triple. Oh, Denver gets it back. And here's Johnson. He's got 5. Wallace, left side. The layup off target. The Nuggets lead by 13. Here's Johnson. Right now contributing around 10.5 points a game. Yep, count it. Johnson's got 7 points.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
And so Will Hardy calls it. Timeout.
Timeout.
He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Making a change here. There's 37 seconds left in the third quarter here. And so Will Hardy calls a timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. Seconds left in the third quarter. To the left side wing. Here's Morant. Ja slithers his way in. Second shot opportunity. Rebounded by Johnson.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Here's Jenkins. Here's Landale. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's the Denver Nuggets liking their chances, ending the quarter with a 15-point lead. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. And it's Morant with the ball for the Utah Jazz. 15-point game. Oh, misses the dunk.
Come on, you can't be doing that. I know these guys want to put on a show, but you can't pass up scoring opportunities.
And Landale gets it to go.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Jenkins, first personal foul, first team foul.
Now Morant. Rebounded by Johnson. Oh, got a piece of it. Here's Jenkins. Pass to Landale. The wide open shot is on the money.
Assisted by.
And the Nuggets lead by 20.
You really have to question the defensive effort on that possession.
Yeah, I got to agree. Their defensive commitment's got to be a lot better.
Just an electrifying style on the court for Ja Morant. And Grant, he's not shy when it comes to confrontation.
Oh yeah, no, he's not ducking any smoke. But part of his maturation is choosing his battles, including trying to preserve his body from those fearless forays to the rim.
Pass to Landale. Ingram on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
It's been an outstanding performance for them in just about every area.
Yeah, and to do it on the road, it shows how well prepared this team was coming into this contest.
What? Wait. Hey, dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
And Landale gets it to go.
3 points.
They are unconscious from outside, and so far, the defense has had no answer.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Personal foul.
Ja Morant picks one up. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Nuggets.
Well, they've been hitting threes at a high clip, and the defense hasn't done enough to challenge them at the line. They need to close out and run them off the 3.
Well, something else that stands out is how they've shared the ball. I mean, they're getting a lot of their points from sharp passing.
And he converts the layup.
Landale.
Landale's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
He's putting on a show this quarter, and the team's feeding off his energy.
Well, this period, he's been his own worst enemy, and now he's pressing.
And it's in there.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
Absolutely. They're playing their game and executing at a real high level. Everything is working for them right now.
The 3 from Bain. He drops it from range.
I just love the ball movement.
And here's Morant outside. Buries it from 3. Morant's got 7 now in this quarter.
Surprising confidence there from Morant.
And the Nuggets hit again from deep.
In today's game, you can never afford to get beat in the three-point battle.
Now here's Morant. Oh, it's stolen by Hachimura. On the wing, Hachimura. And again, Denver with a 3.
They're really employing a deep range initiative here in the fourth, and it's working.
Yeah, it's always a little risky to lean this hard on the three-point shot. But when you're knocking him down, you might as well keep riding it.
You look at what he's doing here, and it's hard to imagine him playing much better.
Landale misses. 1:50 left to play in the fourth quarter. And it's Morant on the drive. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
Everything Morant does is electric. He causes so many problems with his movement.
Back to Johnson. Pass to Landale. The 3 is up. That shot missing. And so Moran will bring it up for the Jazz.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Nuggets.
Check out their assist numbers.
They didn't get stuck in isolation. They got the ball to the guys who had the best matchups.
And with this one safely in the books, it'll mark their 23rd win of the year.
And once this game is all said and done, they'll have a healthy 2-0 lead in this season series. Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
"35 seconds left in the final quarter. And stolen by Morant. That one goes. Count it. Morant's got 31.
One positive takeaway, at least they're finally showing signs of life out there.
Yeah, a loss stings a little less if you at least feel like you put up a fight, but only a little less.
I got his 30, it's all good.
Outside Bain. Pass to Holmgren. Beyond the arc. Utah grabs the miss. Here's Morant. Here he goes. And then Morant with the dunk.
Look, he's doing what he can to try to keep them afloat offensively.